And then we go live. Over here, turn this off. Apparently I'm streaming. Hopefully. Hopefully this works like it always does. I'm now here. Thursday night chat. Welcome everyone to Thursday night chat yet again. Let's see how this thing sounds. Seems like it's working. We go live. That sounds like it's working. Like it should. My lighting actually looks good, but my video quality is a little bit low. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. I'll fix that later. Go into the Facebook group, go into Twitter, and then we will get... Look at you, Marco. Right on it. It's like I told you that I was going to do this at 9 or something. Holy shit. Facebook is going to kill me right now. Hold on. Yeah. I think it's already on Twitter, but they can go here. Damn it, Marco, you got it right as I exited out. Look at you. Log into Twitter. Why did I log out of Twitter? Everyone, net neutrality. I'm live. Come say hi. Okay. That should be good. Now, we just have to wait until we get some people in here, and then everything will be hunky-dory. Right? Right? Get some people in here, then we'll start talking. Good evening, Bob. How are you today? This may look like a Wendy's cup, but it's actually not. Well, it is a Wendy's cup, but it does not have Wendy's anything in it. It's actually got tea in it. And I'm slightly low, which is a little concerning, but whatever. I will work with what I have. I'm going to send an emoji. Hold on. I'm not part of this youth when it comes to sending emojis. Hey guys, if you guys are watching, feel free to share this and like try to get people to join and stuff. Because the more people we have in this, the easier it is for me to have something to talk about. Because unlike the other professional streamers, I tend to not have any sort of topic or anything, unlike I should. So, yeah. If you guys have any like topics or things that you saw, post it and I'll talk about it. I got a new mouse. Check this out. It's a wireless mouse. It's a Logitech G602. I'm normally not a big fan of wireless mice, but it's wireless, and it's a Logitech, and it's a lot better than my old mouse because it's got buttons I can actually press, so that's good. Bob, fine, and you? I'm doing pretty good. It's a Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock, therefore Thursday night chat is the perfect time and title for this video thing, so that's good. Yeah. So, ow. Let's get some people in here. Good evening, everyone, whoever is joining and watching. You know the regular drill, 3D printing and Q&A. I don't get many people in these streams, so I usually don't do anything ridiculous. So, see if I can look up a couple topics or something. How about 3D printing news? I should just put in the... I should just like play back Dustin Phillips' stream from yesterday. And there you go. There's 3D printing news. Actually, in news, did you guys hear about the new stuff that's going to happen, that Simplify 3D is going to have? Like the new features and stuff like that? That sounds really interesting. Hopefully they actually fix the program because I have not been able to use it recently. Any file I put into the slicer just is a hollow shell. Like, I get one single layer thick walls, and I have no idea why. So, I'm working on that. Kura The newest Kura was doing that to me too, and then it stopped. I don't know why. So right now I have not been printing anything because I can't find a freaking slicer that works. I don't like using slicer in general, so like slicer with the 3 in it. I don't like using that. And then Kura and Simplified 3D. Kura, the newest Kura 2.5 or 2 point whatever, I've been enjoying those. So yeah, I've been enjoying those. I really like that. And then Simplified 3D, of course, because it's Simplified 3D, but not everyone has access to that. So hey, we got 5 people. Hi, 5 people. Maybe including me, because I am watching the live stream back. So Paul says, yo, Dustin. Paul from Tampa. Hey, Tampa. I'm like an hour and a half away. I would like to know your thoughts on dual versus single Z motor setup on FT5. I've seen dual Z end stop homing, but my thoughts is linked worm gears or single Z motor. My personal opinion is that the system that I have a video on, the whole dual Z end stop thing, is superior because it's more complicated, really. Like I just like it because it was easiest for me to do. You don't really have to do very much modification. You literally just add one end stop, and that's all you really need. Whereas any of the other ones, you need to add actual hardware. You need to get belts. You need to design mounts to tensioners and all that kind of stuff. Whereas my system is you just have one single end stop wire, and you will need another motor wire to be able to connect the other motor separately. But in general, it's just like $2 worth of parts. 2 separate wires and an end stop, and then you can 3D print the mount if you want. That being said, all the other methods people are using where they link the steppers together, or they just move to one single Z motor in the middle, controlling the axes or the lead screws, that's totally fine. Those are valid ways of doing that, especially if you get it set up in time and now they're linked together, they're in time with each other, it shouldn't fall out anyway. So when it comes to having them guaranteed to be even all the way up and down the travel, that's a good way to do it. Using 2 steppers like I'm doing on separate drivers technically isn't guaranteed that they're going to move equally. I have not seen any sort of issue with that, but technically saying that's it could be an issue. But when it comes to the setup, the general setup of it, my way's easiest, I think. So either way, they're all going to be good. I guess the good thing about doing a single motor or linked lead screws would be you don't have to mess with the firmware, so that's good. But you know how it goes. Holy crap. Oh, okay. But yeah, they're all gonna work. I just like, if you want to do it the easiest way setup wise, probably just watch my video on the dual Z end stop thing. Like, I like that way the best, but they're all valid. So Bob, do you use Fusion 360 and do post on it? Yes, I do use Fusion 360. Now, my software I normally use, the software I've used for 8 years, is Autodesk Inventor. I learned that in school, and I've had a license for it for years and all that. That being said, Autodesk Fusion 360 is a very intuitive version. There's certain things that are easier in one versus the other, but then again, Fusion 360 is basically free for everyone, which is nice. Whereas Inventor it's free for students, which I technically am, but it's more of a professional level thing. When it comes to Inventor, has like features of like stress testing. If you're designing like a full mechanical system, you can go and actually like test stress points and put in the material data and all that. And it does these advanced simulations, whereas Fusion 360 is more of just like a model designing program. So it's a lot better for the general user like that. So I've been using it. I've been trying to do everything recently with it because it is more accessible, trying to test myself, and it is very similar. So I'm okay with that. There's a few things that I'm like used to that I'm like, how do you do it here? But in general, Fusion 360 is pretty awesome. I should probably do a video on it, but there's a lot of really good videos on YouTube already. So, I dumped all copies I had just for S3D. S3D. S3D's good. I mean, to the average user, is it worth $150? Probably not. But if you're making money on prints, or you are taking 3D printing in more seriously than just a general hobby, then you probably will. You'll probably like it. I mean, it's a good program. Oh my god. It's a good program, definitely. It's just a lot of people don't necessarily need it. Like the new Cura will work fine. Even Repetier Host with Cura Engine or Slicer would work fine. But, it's all personal preference, really. Paul, hello! Marco, Pew, I'm back. Had to dive in for the ping ritual. One of these days, you're not going to be able to do it. You're lucky on that one, because I literally was closing Facebook as you did it, so you got lucky on that one, Marco. Did I just hear a ping? Yes, you did, Marco, but that was my phone. I muted it, so we're good. You won't get it again. Last I checked, Fusion had stress testing and thermodynamics, plus a full render and cam suite. I know they have cam. I've been thinking about trying it out for the FT5 CNC, but I don't have that set up right now. Holy fuck. Sorry. I just dropped my phone. That'd been fine if I break it right now. I'm getting a new phone tomorrow, so that would have been funny as heck. Did I just hear a ping? Yeah, I know that's got the render stuff too, so it's very powerful, yet not ridiculously powerful. I think Inventor is like 25 gigabytes, like the exe files, like some stupid size. So the fact that you don't even really need to install Fusion 360, it just kind of like, they give you an icon and you click it and open it, and that's it. It's pretty impressive, so I like it. Ask me stuff, people. Share this stuff. There's only 5 people watching. I remember when I first started doing this, we had 30 people watching at one point. What happened? There was a lot of people watching that one time. Did you guys all come in through the Facebook post, or did what happened? Or did you go through my YouTube link? I really need to set these live events ahead of time so everyone knows when it's coming. But then again, I don't always do these. The reason I didn't do this last week was because I was going to do this live stream last Thursday. And I was 8 o'clock. I'm yeah, in an hour I'm going to go do streaming. And then a friend of mine was hey, you want to play Ark? And I was yeah, let's play Ark for a little bit. And then all of a sudden it's 3 in the morning and I forgot. So I think that's what happened the previous week as well. So, it happens. Sorry. But, you know how it goes. Sorry, bit of delay in chat. Yeah, that happens. The chat is always delayed. I think there's about 30 seconds in the actual, from here. Here, let's test what the thing is. I'm going to clap right now, and I'll let you guys know when I see it happen on the live stream. So once that happens, I'll let you know, and we will know what the delay is. I don't know. I'm not going to count. You'll just have a general reference. It's usually 30 seconds, sometimes a little bit more, depending. So, and clap right there. So from when I clapped to right now, that's the delay. So I'm pretty sure they offer cloud thermodynamics and stress testing that you can pay for or run locally on your machine. Ooh, that'd be cool. I can share it in my forum and around. Thank you, Marco. Share it. We need more people. The more people asking questions, the more interesting this is. So I'm going to answer a message since got nothing. Lag test. Yes. Marco, you're also a mod, remember? I made you a moderator. That's why you got the little wrench next to your name. I forgot about that. I was why do you have the cool icon? I forgot. Yeah, I made you a thing, so. It's a good way to make sure people... I'm sitting here reading private messages out loud. Oh my god. What the frick? Very confused. ruins everything. Paul, S3D has manual supports. Any other app do that? Not that I know of. I think I saw something about Kura's going to add something like that at some point, but I don't think it has it right now. But yeah, S3D has manual supports, which is nice. Because sometimes like the support, adding in the support things, the automatic one, like just doesn't do it right. Or it'll add too many in some spots, or, you only want it in some areas. So being able to just like click the area you want it to add supports to and it adds it is really nice. That's pretty much the only time I'll use S3D right now is if I need something with supports, because the supports are really nice. Otherwise, I've been just using Kura. I haven't really been printing much recently anyway, but, Lag sitting at 28.19 seconds. Look at you. You are the bomb, man. Forgot I was a mod. Paul. Nope, YouTube. Don't tell YouTube that. They'll get mad. Nope, YouTube. Stream is good health. Good. So this is a 1080 stream. It's just my camera's not really... It's one of those action camera things, so its bitrate is not super high. I wonder if I can fix that. I'm probably going to break something. What's my bitrate set at? If the stream stops, I'm sorry. I'll do my best. Encoding 3000. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, whatever. Just doesn't look as good, but I think it's just the camera's just not really amazing. I have new lighting though. Do you like my lighting? It's actually like good. I got these lights. They're LED lights that I got from Lowe's. I got from work last weekend. They went on clearance for like $10. They're normally like $30 each. So I got 2 of them. So I have one there. I don't have another one over here. That's just my regular desk light. So it makes my face even, makes me look pretty, which is nice. This is what it used to look like. For those of you, banana for scale. This is what my previous live streams have looked like. Notice the lack of color, lack of brightness. For those of you who make videos, you know that the most important thing about making video is lighting. So this makes me at least look like I'm the focus, not just I'm sitting in some dark room looking like an idiot, which is nice. Jake and Bacon. That's a really cool name. Randomly saw your vid just now. Not sure what you're going over. I'm about a quarter way through 55 build, around 12 hours, taking my time. How long did your build take? What'd Marco say? Jake, depending on your skill level, 17, 20 something hours. Built 2 in the first, took 17, second about 15. Yeah, that's about right. From what I've seen, generally it's going to be between 15 and 30 hours, depending on who you are, depending on your skill level, depending on how much you kind of, just do your own thing, like not really follow the directions, kind of, realize what's going on and just kind of do it. My build my FT5 build took about 20 hours. But I also didn't have the guide. It was before the guide existed because I had one of the first beta units. I was the second one to finish the FT5. But like I said, the guide didn't really exist. There was like an overview guide with like pictures, but there was no instructions. There was nothing in the wiring. So I just had to figure it out myself. And it took about 20 hours. But like I said, it's there's some people who have been doing it for months and still haven't finished it. I actually had to help a guy a couple months ago who was one of the original people who got him in June of last year and still didn't have it done like in March of this year. So, it happens. But like I said, it just depends on who you are and all that. My FT5 build took over a month, but all sorts of custom parts made in aluminum fiberglass. Check out Franken Printer if you have forum. Ooh, look at that. With fiberglass and aluminum, that sounds cool. Get there. Slow and steady wins the race. Make sure everything is tight, square, rigid, moves smoothly. You won't regret triple checking. Yes, that is very true. It's better to go slowly and build it correctly and build it accurately than it is to try to just finish it as fast as humanly possible. So like it's one of those things to where it's so massive. There's so much stuff involved that it's very difficult to it can be difficult to figure out what's wrong if something's slightly misaligned or something like that. There's a lot that can go wrong, but if you just are careful, follow the guide, follow people's help if you ask, how it goes. Let's see. Wow, that would be rough without a guide. Fingerprinter. Yeah, I'm triple checking a lot. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the Prusa build, the original acrylic Prusa, took about 20 hours. But I didn't have a build guide for it. That was before Folgertech even wrote a guide. There was not a guide. That's been here's a kit. That's all you get. Like, I was like one in the first 30 kits they ever sold. So that took about that. And plus, that was my first time I ever, did anything like this. So the Cossel took about 15 hours or so. The Cloner took about 15 hours. Like, these are more taking my time. And also with the older versions of the guides. FT5 about 20 hours. And the only printer that was really easy was the Prusa 2020. Prusa 2020 took about 5 hours, including doing firmware and all that. Like, it was like 5 hours and I had it printing. It was a really easy build. So, do you think the black community is too hard on Trump when black unemployment is down the lowest it's ever been since 2017 years ago? 2017 years ago, wow. I feel old now. I mean, it's me not being part of the black community. It's hard to say why they're hard on him, not just because of black unemployment, but also like there's other reasons. He could be the best economically for them, but if he's anti whatever in their opinion, then I can understand why they're hard on him. But I'm not part of that community, and I don't really check up on it to the point to where I know why they are angry at him. Then again, a lot of the country doesn't like him, not just them. So a lot of everyone in the world doesn't like him. I try to not get political on this because it's 3D printing, but I give you that. There's Then again, unemployment's down very low anyway, just in general. It's not just them, but in general, unemployment's very low compared to, what it's been, which is nice. I mean, what's the unemployment rate right now? 4 or 5 point something, 4.8 or unemployment rate. So unemployment. I know it's low. When I was up in New Hampshire, their unemployment rate's like 2%, like something ridiculous. Unemployment rate in America right now is 4.7%. That's pretty good. Huh. 4.7%. That's pretty good. And it's been going down considerably. So, Florida. What's it in Florida? Florida is 4.9%. Oh, okay. So Florida's a little bit higher than stock. Oh, well. Yeah, unemployment. Nah. I always hate it when people are like, yeah, the unemployment rate's low, but it's just because there's a lot of people who aren't looking for jobs. So it's really like 25% unemployment. Like they said that while Obama was president, and the right said that while Obama was president, and now the left say it while Trump's president. And it's just like, that's literally how unemployment works. Like, unemployment, you don't count the people who aren't looking for jobs. That's how it's always been. That's why unemployment is the number that it is. You can't just go, oh, well, we want it to be a higher number, so let's include this group of people who aren't included in the number. Like, it's 4.9%. It doesn't matter who caused it or what. Just shut up, and that's what it is. Like, I asked the Trump question in about 30 live streams, and not one person would answer it, including black or white people. You can be the only real YouTuber out there. Well, I said this was a 3D printing and Q&A. Like, I don't mind answering questions. I try to not get political on these because I know there's a lot of divisiveness especially right now. Like, if I say something anti-Trump or pro-Trump, someone's going to be pissed off. Not saying that I'm either way. I mean, not that I'm going to say what I'm supporting, but I happen to be wearing the shirt today. Just saying. But, that being said, like, I don't like the divisiveness. That's why I kind of stay away from political things. Not because I don't think it's useful, not because I don't think it's an important argument or important discussion. It's just people get pissed off. And as someone who's just trying to help people on YouTube, I don't want to piss people off. So that's mainly it. But I'm totally fine with answering questions as vaguely as possible. So I try not to get political. Weren't you a poli-sci major? Yes, I was. Not anymore, but I was. I am into politics. I just don't discuss them online because I don't want death threats because people are retarded on every aspect. So Chris Soros is redoing FT5 manual, has CAD designs, so now no more orientation issues. I know, right? It's awesome. If you guys haven't seen it yet, the FT5 has V12 on the Google Drive, and there are CAD models on there, which is awesome. There's a couple right now that are a couple images in there that are wrong. They're like a little bit wrong or something like that, and we're working to fix that. But yeah, there's CAD models in there now. He has like a full CAD model of the FT5, and it's awesome. He spent forever making it, so he's great. So that's going to definitely improve the guide. We're getting like IKEA now. Isn't that awesome? Greatest of all time, Hogan or Ric Flair? Ugh. See, I'm not that into WWE anymore. I was when I was younger, like 2005 to 2008-ish. I watched it then, but I don't really watch it now. So I would probably, I like Hulk Hogan, but I always liked Ric Flair. I don't know why. He was always cooler to me. So, I say Ric Flair just because going against the grain. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year or bust. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming he's a wrestler, but I don't know. Probably Google him. Hold on. I have the power of the Google. Oh, he's a basketball player. That's a fantastic question. I don't know. I don't pay attention to basketball, like, at all. He's younger than me. Holy ass. Yeah, I don't really watch basketball. I watch NASCAR, and I watch football. That's really it. Third rule on the 3D printing forum is is no politics. It just makes things miserable, and everyone is supposed to be about 3D printing. Yeah, that's, like I said, I try to not really get into politics just because, but at the same time, I say this is a Q&A. You can ask me anything. It's AMA, Q&A, 3D printing. We talk about 3D printing generally, but if you ask me any question, I'm going to answer it. I may answer in some snarky, sarcastic comment, but I will answer any question that you put up. So I usually do that in general. Just in life, it's a good way to be. People ask me some random terrible question at work. I will answer. I might answer in some really sarcastic answer, but I will answer because that's the best way to do it. So what was I looking at? Where's this? Jake and Bacon. I've been searching for a large volume printer for a year, but held back on the FT5 for a while because of the build time and finally got it. Any printers even remotely close to the FT5 price range? Yeah, the Creality CR10. That's probably the only printer that I know of that's remotely close to the same size and price and all that. But it's Chinese, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that's like it's a Prusa 2020 that's bigger, isn't it? The FT5, it's a little bit more expensive, but you have linear rails. Linear rails they're a lot less backlash. They're better in general. American company, American support. You go and you message tech support for Folger Tech. You know who you talk to? Me. You have any idea who you talk to if you're messaging Creality or any of those other like Chinese companies? You know, any of the ones that you find on eBay, any of that. You know who you're. Do you know the people that you're messaging? If you message tech support, if they even have a tech support, no, probably not. The person that you're talking to might not even speak English. They might be using Google Translate to talk to you and tell you about how you're doing it wrong, even though you just explained that you already did what they said that you need to do. So, if you know, it's a little bit more of a premium, but it's a better printer, considerably, in my opinion, to get an FT5. And if you have a giant community, American company, you know, if you need parts so we don't have to ship it across the seas, you know, you can literally, you know, it can be to your house in a day if you live close enough. So, I don't know. This is me. It's my opinion. But that being said, you know, that is an option, but whatever. Steven, what state do you live in, and do you wish you could move, or are you happy with where you are at? I live in Florida. I live in Central Florida. It's hot as shit, so I don't like that, really. I enjoy Florida. I wouldn't move away purely because I like everyone that I'm friends with here. But if it came to like I was alone and I just wanted to move somewhere that I wanted to, you know, move, could go anywhere, I would probably move to like, either like Northern California, Oregon type of area, or like the mountains of Tennessee, that kind of area, because I like that kind of like outdoorsy, you know, away from cities kind of thing. So that's just me. Don't drink a lot of tea before a live stream. Any great resources that you know of for Arduino programming? I would like to get into it, but I am not sure where to start, and just wondering if you had a good point to start. YouTube, like just YouTube, like Arduino intro, you know, and just, you know, obviously have an Arduino. I recommend, you know, if I know that the printers come with Arduino boards, but get yourself like a cheap Arduino kit. You can get them on Amazon really cheap. It comes with like an Arduino Uno or something like that. You know, with some other, you know, components you can make stuff with. Those usually come with guides to teach you how to do stuff, but it's better to watch it on YouTube just because you can actually see the process taking place and it's a little bit easier. You know, I'm not a computer scientist or anything. I'm not an expert in coding, but I do have a little bit of coding experience, and Arduino is a very easy language. It's kind of it's a really good all-around language because it's got aspects of everything. It's got like a little bit of like object-oriented type of language. It's got C. It's got C++. You know, it's got like aspects of a lot of different languages. So it's very easy to branch off from Arduino to other languages if you want to in the future, which is really nice. Plus, there's guides and guides and guides and guides online. You know, like I said, just go on YouTube and just search up like Arduino introduction, you know, learn to code Arduino, something like that. And you can do a lot with Arduino too, especially with an Arduino board. You can code actual programs that run in the console, or you can actually upload it to a little board and do cool stuff with it. You know, that's the coolest thing about it. Like literally, I have this thing. This is something I've been working on. This is an Arduino Uno board with just a couple switches and other nonsense and a servo motor. And literally all this thing is meant to do is, imagine this in a much better looking box, and you attach this to blinds on your window blinds. You know, the thing that you twist to open up the blinds? This is literally just like automatic. You hit a button and it'll automatically open this thing up. And I've already programmed the amount of times it's supposed to turn to open up my blinds. So I can literally hook this on. This is obviously a very, 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 very crude model, proof of concept. But yeah, I can literally just hit a button and it will open up my blinds. Now I go and connect a wireless module to this. I create a small little app to run on my phone, and boom, I have wireless control of my blinds from my phone. Isn't that cool? And that's Arduino. That literally is like 15 lines of code, and that's a very inefficient code too. Like I can make it smaller. So yeah, you can do stuff like that. You can do anything. That's the coolest thing about it. So learn it. I feel like I need to lose weight. Holy crap, it's like tiring me out to talk. Um, do you think the stock 55 extruder could print with polycarbonate? Yes, it could, but not for very long. Polycarbonate, you have to have really high temperatures. The max temp in the firmware is 275, I think. You can raise it, go higher, but you will wear out the heat break very quickly because it's not meant to go that high. And you can also, you would also need a hardened nozzle. The brass nozzle will not last very long. So technically, yes, you can, but you will need to do some modifications. I recommend an all-metal hot end at least, and a hardened nozzle, just because it's not like, I don't really want to mess with that. But yeah, polycarbonate can be done. You can print with polycarbonate on the FT5 stock, but it's not going to last very long. It's going to wear out the whole hot end very, very quickly, like maybe within one print. That's assuming you adjust the temperature, because I don't think 275 is high enough to print polycarbonate. I don't remember. I've never printed it. So, Xbox or PlayStation? Neither. PC. I have 3 screens and a steering wheel. PC gaming for the win. If I had to pick between those, I kind of like both, but being like, I use them as like casual gaming. I don't have either one. I've just played them at other people's houses and all that. Excuse me. I'm not really a fan of either one, but PC. Maybe I'd say Xbox just because, they have Forza. I really like Forza, and that's mainly it. But, you should start Central Florida, Orlando. Not Orlando, just south of Orlando. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that general area. I'm like, if I want to be in Orlando, I can be there in 10 minutes. So, you should start an account with Patreon so fans can contribute a complimentary donation to you and your campaign. I've thought about that. The thing is I don't think my channel is big enough, and I don't put out enough content in order to warrant a Patreon, because I don't do this to make money. I don't make YouTube videos to make money. I do it purely to help people. The ad revenue is, that's just helpful, I guess. But I don't make YouTube videos in order to make money. Now, if I was making YouTube videos that required some sort of income in order to make the videos, then I'd probably consider it just because. But in general, I don't really like the idea right now. I think my channel is just too small. Like, I don't even have 2,000 subscribers. I don't think it's good. I don't think I should do Patreon at that small of a group. I know there's a lot of people who watch my videos who would support that, and I really do appreciate it. If you really want to, you can donate through like this live stream. I think there's a way to do it. Either I know you can go up in the URL. You can change it to like www.gaming.youtube.com, I think, or gaming.youtube.com. I don't remember. And there's a donation bar there, and you can donate there. But I don't do this to make money. I do this because I help people, and I think it's fun, and I enjoy video editing, and I enjoy all that kind of stuff. So that's why I do this kind of thing. That's why I make YouTube videos. Now, that being said, if my channel gets bigger to the point to where I'm producing regular content, and a lot of people are watching and all that, then I might consider it just because, but it's not like I'm not using YouTube to try to get big. I'm not using YouTube to try to make it my retirement like some people do. This is purely just something I do for fun, and I happen to help people in the process, and that's all that matters. I want to get people into 3D printing. That's why I do it. That's why I work for Folger Tech. That's why I make videos, is I help people get into a technology that I believe in. I think it's cool. So, but I appreciate those people out there who do want to, donate to me. I really do appreciate it. And I have had people donate to me before, and you guys are really awesome, but I don't, I'm not asking for it. That doesn't mean in the future I might not change, but at least right now I don't think I need it. So, we'll see. Yeah, you can donate money through Google accounts on this stream. So, yeah, you could if you really wanted to. But like I said, I'm not asking for it. I just, Atmel Corp has tutorials on their site. Yeah, Atmel makes processors, like Arduino processors and stuff. They have tutorials, Arduino tutorials and all that. Have you seen the FT5 forum? Walter's design for safety adds smoke and power kill features way past due tech. I've not. Now I know that that's one of those things that, you know, for 3D printers to actually become truly standard in households, they would need safety features like that. Like these are DIY rep wrap 3D printers, the ones that we sell. Like they're very, you know, like you can put them together. It's just a design that you can do. You know, it's not meant to be a commercial product, more or less. It's like a hobby thing, and hobby things can be dangerous, you know. So, you know, that kind of thing, that smoke and power kill features, like all those, especially built into the firmware and all that, those are really cool. But that will eventually come. I think it'll eventually be standard in 3D printing technology, but for right now, it's, you know, I've never had an issue with any printers. I've never had anything catch on fire or anything like that. So, you know, is it really necessary? Not really. I don't leave my prints unattended or anything. Same with the laser. I don't leave the laser unattended. Like, it's not a good idea. So, it's not Bithlow, is it? No, it's not Bithlow. The only thing they have there is a racetrack. South of that. Not St. Cloud, not Disney World. In the middle, south of Orlando, north of, what the hell is that place called? Kenansville. North of that, south of Orlando, east of St. Cloud, or west of St. Cloud, east of Disney World. There's only one place that isn't BVL. Or, BVL. Anyway. Coffee or anything caffeinated allowed me to talk and do tasks forever. It might work for you too. I've had 3 cups of coffee today, a big thing of soda, and two of these of tea. I shouldn't be tired, but I am. I was up till 5 o'clock last night, 5 a.m., and I got up at 9:30, something like that. So, you know, I was cleaning my room, and as you can tell, I've done a shitty job. I'm in the middle of cleaning now, but I was like, I should probably do a live stream. Arduino-based nano smoke sensor and standard thermometers. That's pretty cool. Like thinking about that would be really cool to have that kind of technology built in, but I don't think it's entirely necessary right now. Like obviously if you want to add it, go right ahead, but it's not like, I don't think it's something that's going to be standard yet. Eventually it will be, but not now. Favorite movie? Ooh, that's a good one. I recently rewatched Django. Django's hilariously good. It's funny, it's dark, it's, you know, it's a very, very good movie because it gives you all of the emotion that humans can produce. It produces that at some point in the movie, which I really like. Plus Quentin Tarantino's movie. Quentin Tarantino is a amazing director and writer in general, so that's why I like him. Need to move this over here. That makes more sense. But probably Django. It's a really good movie. What other movies are there? Like Jurassic World, all the Hobbit movies, Lord of the Rings movies. What movie did I see recently? I don't even remember. I don't usually watch movies, so I know where you are. I know you do. I don't really hide where I live. I just don't really announce it online. But, like, it's not very hard to find where I live. Like, if you're on the Facebook group, you can just click on my profile and you can see where I live. Like, I don't hide it. I just don't go, hey, I live here. Well, even then, like, I have a video that tells you where I get from. It's like, the travel vlog, I say it in there. Like, make it for Orlando in October. See you there. I will more than likely be there. I went last year. I wasn't there that long. I was sick. I didn't really feel very good, so I was only there for like 2 hours or so. Plus, I was by myself, and I do not like going places by myself. I have like really bad like social anxiety when I'm alone. Oh my god, my hair. Yeah, I really don't. I don't like going places by myself. So I wasn't there very long. But yeah, I will be going again this year, assuming I'm here. That's the plan, at least. So, do you think Folger Tech will make an SLA 3D printer? That's a good question. I know there's been experimentation with the technology, but I don't think an SLA printer is on the development list as of right now when it comes to, just because it's a much harder thing to get right. It's a lot more expensive. The resin smells like shit. But it's not like we've just said, no, we're not going to do something like that, but it's not something that's really being worked on. I know it's been experimented with, not by me, but by other people, but it's not really like, one's not going to come out anytime soon. That might be something that, like, there's a few projects in the line right now, and once those are good and out, then probably something that might be something in the future. Yes, but that's not something that's currently a thing that's being worked on. So as far as I know, I might not be told. I don't know. Got to dodge out and make dinner. Pleasure streaming with you, man. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your dinner. If you get back, come back and say hi. Favorite porn star. Ooh, that's a good one. Who's a good one? Do people really not answer these questions? Like, trying to think who's a good one. I don't like professional porn. I'm answering questions about porn. God. What kind of streamer am I? I'm joking, obviously. Obviously, it's Alexis Texas. Oh, or Mia Khalifa. Obviously. Duh. I'm joking again. I'm just giving you answers because I can. People ask me questions. Ask me anything. Ask me 3D printing stuff. Ask me anything in general. I will answer. I need stuff. You guys are watching. I'm answering stuff on this chat that's over in right here. If I'm getting down to the end of the line, ask me something and I'll answer it. Anything you ask me, I will answer somewhat honestly. Mayweather or McGregor? I hope McGregor wins. Just going to say that. Not that I don't think Mayweather can win, but I want McGregor to win. Just because Floyd Mayweather. It is stupid ass. It says Galaxy 7 is 763 a month. What? Sharing picture. Da, 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 da. I'll let you guys ask me things. What time is it? 45. Streaming for 45 minutes, so... Really? I'm streaming for 48 minutes. What the hell's wrong with you? Stupid thing. Yeah, so I'll probably stop the stream in about 15 minutes. So we got 15 minutes to ask me whatever the heck you want. Go ahead and ask me stuff. We'll talk about stuff. Here, let me show you some stuff that I've laser cut. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I haven't made a video about it yet, but I got a laser cutter. So I've been laser cutting stuff. Look at this. Here, Steven, answered your question. Favorite NFL team. There you go. Let me see what else I got. Made these for all the managers at work because, it's really good to be on the good side of managers, and giving them stuff that you make, great way to be on the good side of managers. What else have I made? Nothing useful. Nothing near me. I've given stuff away to people. I made a box. It's not in here. You know those like laser cut boxes everyone makes? I made one of those. I appreciate you answering the questions. All YouTubers are pussies and answering questions. I know, right? I hate that. I say that if you ask me it, I'll answer it to some degree. Like, I'm not afraid of answering questions. What the heck? Like, should the FT5 with the Folgertech silicone bed be making the lights in my room flicker? Is it the 12-volt silicone bed? Because if it is, it's probably just drawing a lot of power. I mean, possible. Be making the lights more. Yeah, I mean it's possible that it's not that it shouldn't. It just depends on the circuit. Like if your whole entire room is on one circuit, then if you already have a bunch of other stuff hooked up in your room, like a computer and a TV and all that kind of stuff, then you could be getting close to that circuit max. As long as it's not catching things on fire, probably fine. But I already pre-read that. I'm not gonna. Do you think it's okay for them to say that and all that? To me, say whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't care. I personally don't say things like that just because I don't find it necessary. But if they want to and it's accepted with people around them, then go right ahead. I don't know. I'm kind of anti like word exclusivity, like groups of people who say that you can't use words in general. Like, people get pissed off when people say the word retarded because apparently the word retarded is a bad word now. Like, it's offensive to people. Like, no, it's like that's a useful word. Like, that's a useful word in like industry. Like, something happens. It's like, oh, this thing retarded my speed or something. Like, it's a useful word. Now, if you use it in a derogatory phrasing, then yes, that could be it's a bad word to use and you shouldn't use it that way. But even a word like that, you can use it in context. If you're writing a book about the 1800s, then using that word in context of when it was used is, you're doing it right. Like when I said Django, if you've seen the movie Django, you know how much that word is used in that. But that's because he's portraying that time. That's how it was. He's not going to sit there and just, oh, we're going to dilly-dally around it and make it seem better than it was. Like, no, it was a shitty time. But if you're using it derogatory, you shouldn't do it that way. That's shitty. You shouldn't use words in a derogatory way. But I don't think there's any reason for, words in general to be off limits. Like, anyone should be able to say any word, in the right context without fear of prosecution. So, that's just me. Then again, I'm a straight white male, so take that with a grain of salt. Favorite soda? Root beer. Next question. Yes, it is 12 volt. Yeah, that's odd. I think the 12 volt one's like 280 watt, I think. I don't remember. So it's probably getting close to the max of the power supply. So you just got to be careful with that. But yeah, that shouldn't really be an issue. I mean, I've turned on my computer before and it did that. It just depends on the quality of your electrical system in your room. So even the slept late, soda in general will give you the sugar rush following a tiresome feeling. Usually water is taken after coffee. Personal experiences. Look up nootropic food. It will optimize your performance. I will definitely do that because I wake up and I usually drink 1 or 2 cups of coffee, depending on the day and if I'm going to work or not. And then I just drink usually water or tea the rest of the day. But I enjoy drinking coffee. Russia, new U.S. ally, or should you not trust them? It would be beneficial for the world if Russia and the United States were working together in some sort of agreement. Like, an ally. Because being, basically the second largest portrayer of nukes in the world, Russia is a dangerous country, as, we could be. If we wanted, we can literally bomb anyone in the world, and they pretty much can too. So it is important for us to be on their good side and them to be on our good side. And I think it would be beneficial if we work together. But at the same time, with the shit that's going on right now, I don't know how much we can actually trust them in that regard. Like, it's kind of a gray area right now. Like, in general, I would like the United States and Russia to be on good terms, just like I want us to be on good terms with everyone. But at this, right now it's kind of, we'll just have to see how all this nonsense that's going on right now turns out, and then we'll be able to go from there. So, Like I've always said, Putin is not stupid, but he's also not really, you know, I don't think he's a very, you know, he's not a stand-up, honest Boy Scout kind of thing. Like, but he's also not an idiot. He's a leader for a reason. Just got to be careful with that. Yeah, there were 3 rooms on the circuit. I just wanted to throw a 3D printer question in there somewhere. Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, if it's 3 rooms on one circuit, then yeah, it could just be getting close to the breaker point, or the to where you're just literally browning out. Have you had a problem with printing with an SD card and prints not working, but with printer face it works great? Depends on what the issue is. SD cards, yes, technically, SD cards in general are more reliable to use, so I usually tell people to use SD card if you can. But at the same time, if you're having issues, then it might, be bad. What kind of issues are you having? Like, is the SD card not detected? Is it like weird glitches and all that? Because sometimes if the SD card file is corrupted, or the SD card is not formatted correctly, or the ribbon cables are faulty, or they're near motors, you'll get some weird interference, in which case that's not good. So you got to fix those things. But in general, SD card is better. What do you do for a living, and do you like your job? When I'm not working for Folger Tech or making YouTube videos, I work for Lowe's, the home improvement warehouse nearest to me. And I've been doing that for coming up on 4 years. I work on the weekends. I'm the most senior member of the weekend team. Because apparently no one likes that for more than a couple of weeks. I don't mind it. I like helping people, and I generally work in tools, which I know a lot about. I have a lot of experience with that, obviously, so I can help people, and that's literally what I do, is help people. I teach people how to use hammers, because apparently 35-year-old men don't know how to do that sometimes, which is amazing to me. Like, I've been using a hammer since I was like 4. I don't understand how you can get this far in life and not know how to work a hammer. Like, what the crap? So, but I enjoy my job. I've been doing it for 4 years. I've been working for Folger Tech for a year and a half-ish, and I enjoy that as well. Again, helping people, making stuff, getting 3D printers, doing cool shit. That's what I like. I'm running a 450-watt ATX power supply in M55. It has a bit of headroom to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be fine in that regard. But yeah, I would suspect the whole dimming of your lights is not really the printer's fault. It might just be the circuit itself. So, what should Trump do about North Korea? Not send us into nuclear war. Now, granted, North Korea is not going to do anything against us. What I'm more worried about is them launching a nuke to South Korea or even Japan, because they do have capability of that. That would be the issue. And that's assuming their missile defense system doesn't work, which they do have. But if we can avoid conflict like that, I think that is a good thing to do. Because a lot of the time, North Korea right now, they're sitting there, they're starving for money, they're starving for food, their people are, in famine. And they're just trying to, like, force us into giving them stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to play the "we're tougher than we are" card, which has worked for them for a while. I don't think they're actually going to do something, because they know that if they send off a nuke heading for Japan, they will be obliterated, because Japan and South Korea and us can blow them to smithereens. So I don't think they want to do that. But I do think they want to try to force us to lessen the restrictions on their trade and all that, so they can actually get food and, industry into their country. So I think if you're just patient and let them be stupid, eventually they'll come, they'll quiet down and stop being retarded and be all right. But, and, I know enough. I have enough people who are in the military who know about things that are going on to the point to where I don't think we need to worry about them right now. But I'm kind of not worried about them making the first move. I'm kind of worried about Trump making the first move, and I really don't want him to. It's one thing to just sanctions, but it's another to just let's blow them up first, because then we made the first move, and that's not a good thing. We shouldn't make the first move. The preemptive attacks, all that, like, it's not good. I think Russia will help South Korea, Japan, USA, because any kind of war affects them too. Yeah, and I think China should do something too. China's right there. It's just China will be fucking ass. Yeah, like China could do more than they're doing. They really can. I think it's probably in their benefit too, because it's China. Like, I think how much stuff they export to the United States and how much stuff they sell to us compared to North Korea. It's probably in their best interest to side with us, but we'll just have to see where it goes. So, it's a scary topic, because I don't want to get blown up. I do not want any sort of war or nuclear war, especially since I'm in the draft age still. That's not good. I don't want to be drafted. I am not capable of war. I mean, I probably am, but whatever. I don't want to do that. I don't want to kill people. No one should die over stupid shit. That's literally like how life should be in general. Like, no one should die over stupid things. So, well. 100% correct on China. Yeah, I try to be. Okay, what time is it? 10:02. All right, y'all got like a minute from when I see myself do that to ask me anything else. I'll answer that, and then I'm going to go with the end of the stream, because it's been an hour. And I like streaming for about an hour, and that's about it. Plus, there's only like 7 people watching. For you 7 people watching still, you guys are great. Thank you all for enjoying the stream with me. I will entertain you for a few more questions, and that will be it. So, Yeah, they would pull me back in before they drafted you. Yeah, I know that we have the selective service. We probably would never use it again, but I still don't want to. I don't want to get involved in that. Yeah. Totally not swiping right on Tinder. Catalina Ottavaro or Helga Lovecaddy. I don't know if I should Google those names, because I don't know who those people are. Let me Google it. I might just be an idiot. I don't know who those people are. Oh, apparently they're models. Whoever's the shorter of the two. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't even go on images. Pick whichever one you like. 4 hand tools of man, wheel. 4 hand tools of man. Wheel, axle, lever, and incline plane. Incline plane wrapped around an axle equals screw. Wheel, axle, and lever, hand truck. I like the way you think. I mean, that is all true. The lever's the greatest thing ever. That's why we have leverage. And although the wheel is very important, you know what I like even better? The triangle. I think that is a very interesting wheel design. Or a shape of what is it called? A shake of equal distance, or I can't remember what the hell they're called. It's irregular shape that always has the same diameter. I can't remember what the hell those are called now. They got a specific name, like shape of constant diameter, I think is what it is. Those are cool. They don't work very good as wheels, but they're still pretty cool. I think my SD card reader stopped working but before it stopped working, the extruder would always stop extruding 10 layers up. That's weird. Like, it could just be corrupted G-code file, but at the same time, sometimes weird things happen with it, because it's got to send the information to the board. So if there's any sort of interference with wires and all that, it could just straight up stop, cause things to stop working. So yeah, it's more useful when it does work. just because Windows updates kills everything via USB. SD cards a pain. Have to sneak here and that. Your printer Wi-Fi is great. Video. Yeah, Wi-Fi is pretty good. I've been trying to get my laser cutter working on network, so I don't have to hook it up USB. But I have yet to make that actually work. I don't know why. I just can't get the stupid thing to connect to network. So hopefully I'll get it to work eventually. But okay, guys, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop the stream. Expect me back at 9 o'clock next Thursday. 9 o'clock Eastern next Thursday for another episode of Thursday Night Chat. Sponsored by no one. I think if Folger Tech to sponsor one of these. Like, come on. I totally could do that. Yeah. So I appreciate all you guys for watching, enjoying. I thank you for all the questions. Steven, your questions are really good. I like them. Keep it going if you join in me next year. So I appreciate it. Wait, one more. Hey, dude, do you remember my email about the under extrusion? Do I? Go to the email. Maybe. I don't know. I don't always check my email. Let me find out. Probably. Hold on. Probably. Why no worky? Well, I was about to end it, but I want to check the email now. Oh, there you go. I found it. Yes, I do have it. I found your email. If you learn anything, message me there, or message me somewhere, and we'll. Did you get it working? Did you get the new extruder and all that? I'm gonna end the stream, but I'll have the chat up for a little bit longer, so you can put stuff in there. So anyway, bye everyone. I'll be in the chat for like 5 minutes. So thank you all for watching.